Okay, be honest. How many of you have ever stood in front of the mirror, making a weird face, and for just a split second, you thought your reflection was a little too slow to copy you? What if that feeling didn't go away? What if one morning you went to brush your teeth and the you in the mirror didn't? He just stood there, staring back. And then he slowly raised his hand and gave you a little wave. On his own. This isn't a doppelganger myth or a ghost story. We're talking about your reflection, the one governed by the simple, predictable laws of light, deciding to quit its job and start living its own life. Let's explore what that would actually be like.
First off, the initial phase would be kind of awesome. It's the ultimate life hack. While you're stuck in traffic, Mirror You is at home, practicing guitar solos. You can send him to the gym for you. Well, you'll still have to do the actual workout, but at least you'll look ripped in the mirror. He could rehearse your presentations flawlessly, learn sign language, or just stand behind you during a boring Zoom call, making insightful nodding faces while you secretly browse cat videos.
But the problems start almost immediately, because your reflection is no longer a reflection, it's a person with opinions. And it turns out he has a lot of opinions about your fashion choices. You pick out a nice striped shirt, and he holds up a plain black t-shirt with a look of utter disappointment. You're having a bad hair day, he's in there, perfectly styled, judging you. He becomes your live-in, unignorable critic.
And then there's the physics of it all. A reflection is just light bouncing off a silver-backed surface. So where is Mirror You getting his mass, his energy? The terrifying answer is from you. He's a perfect quantum copy, entangled with your own existence. When he lifts a dumbbell in the mirror, you feel the muscle strain.
If he decides to eat a giant mirrored cheeseburger, you feel full. If he trips and falls, well, you get a sudden, inexplicable bruise on your forehead. You're no longer just living your life, you're also remotely experiencing his.
This leads to the inevitable rebellion. One day you look in the mirror and he's not there. Panic. You search the house and finally find him in the bathroom mirror, but he's packed a little suitcase. He's leaving. He points at you, then points at the mirror world behind him, a seemingly infinite maze of other reflections, other rooms, other versions of reality. He gives you a sarcastic salute, turns, and walks away, disappearing into the infinite reflection of your own hallway. And this is the big reveal, the truly unsettling part. He's not trapped in your mirror. The mirror is a window, and his world is every reflection everywhere. He can step from your bathroom mirror into your rearview mirror, into the reflection on your friend's smartphone screen.
You'll catch glimpses of him living his best life, sipping a mimosa in a restaurant window reflection in Paris, or bungee jumping in someone's mirrored sunglasses in New Zealand. He's a ghost in the machine of our shiny, reflective world.
So, what's the final takeaway? If your reflection came to life, the novelty would wear off fast, replaced by a strange, codependent, and ultimately one-sided rivalry. You'd be forever tethered to a version of yourself that is free to explore a universe you can see but never truly touch. It would be the world's most personal and most annoying reality TV show, starring you, but with a better plot line. It makes you appreciate the simple, predictable physics of a reflection. That silent, obedient copy isn't boring, it's reliable. And in a chaotic world, that's a small miracle we can count on every single morning.
So the next time you look in a mirror, give your reflection a nod of thanks for following the rules. But maybe keep an eye on it just in case. If you have a what-if scenario that's been bugging you, throw it in the comments below. And for more mind-bending questions,
don't forget to subscribe. It really helps the channel. Thanks for watching.